Very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome you all in our Saturday session, which we normally do it on Saturday afternoon. Sorry for being late by a couple of minutes. Sometimes these technological glitches they pose their own challenges. I think technology is a good enabler, uh, but sometimes it brings its own challenges as well. Thank you very much to all the wonderful friends who are joining us for today's show. It is going to be a very interesting discussion where we are going to talk about pre-construction. Is it worth or not? Especially like in the Canadian perspective, I know. In other markets across the world as well, pre-construction is becoming very popular. Uh, Majority of the time buyers they have that thought process, they have that challenge in their mind, what should be their route, especially when we are talking about Canadian market. There are a lot of people who are coming from all across the world, and they want to make sure their investment or the money which they are putting into the real estate investment is getting them the good return. As I always request all the viewers at the start of the show, guys, please make sure mark your presence first of all, just by saying hi, hello, and today I'm very happy to see that I don't need to put that request. There are a lot many people who are taking initiatives by themselves. I would definitely love to mention few of the names which I can see over here today. I know Sandeep Agarwal. Sandeep, I saw that you joined when I was just trying to connect, and there was a little technical glitch happen. I can see Sayed Mustafa as well, Mr. Ajay Luthra, Yogesh Savant. Yogesh is joining us from Pune. Thank you, Yogesh. I love people when they join from India because it's a little kind of evening time or a little odd time there, but that clearly shows that there's a lot of interest over there as well. And guys, I won't mind, if you give me some feedback, especially if there are a lot of people they are joining from India, maybe you want to change the mode of communication. I would say something in Hindi or Punjabi sometime, because I try my level best to, uh, at least try to understand from all the viewers, what exactly they are looking for. I can see Bina Faruqi. I'm not too sure where are you from, Bina. Guys, please, if it's possible. I would love to see you from which part of the country or from which part of the world you're joining. My lovely elder brother Gurmeet Gill. Thank you, Gurmeet, for joining. He's an amazing team member as well. Uh, I can see Sujit Kumar Datta. Sujit is joining us as well. Not sure from where. Sheetal, good to see you. I hope you guys had some good fun last night. Uh, I will request Kamal to, whenever he will be joining, to give you a little bit update, like what exactly Team CMX was doing. Akil Basina, it's very amazing individual, full of energy. Akhil, always, good to see you on the show. Great job. Thank you very much. I can see Neeti Sandhu here, Neha Sethi. They all are SaveMax team member. I can see another SaveMax team member, Brian DN. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. You are not a regular viewer. I would love to have you every time on the show so that we can have more and more frequent discussions about that. Syed Mustafa is saying, sure, Hindi, Punjabi, no problem. Syed, we will try to do some of those shows like in Hindi, Punjabi as well. Guys, it is very important in life when some of your, I would say, old friends, some of your old buddies, they decide to come and join hands with you. And I would definitely love to mention one of the individual who I really know, like from back home, and we used to have a wonderful time in Jalandhar, Mr. Adarsh Tiwari, and it's very it's an pleasure for me that he decided to become part of SaveMax family. So Adarsh, thank you very much. He is in Kitchener, guys. Adarsh has started working as a realtor under SaveMax banner. And if you are in the Kitchener, Waterloo, and surrounding area, and you are looking for some residential, commercial, or any pre-construction, please, guys, don't hesitate to get in touch with others. Others, can you please share your number as well? And I'm gonna put your number on the screen as well. Bina, she is from Vaughan, so she's a local personality here. So thank you, Bina. Yogesh is saying communication is not a barrier until unless we are able to see your charming, smiling face. Thank you, Yogesh. It's I always call that as a blessings, and I personally believe I'm able to maintain the charm or maintain that I would say that happy face because you guys are in my surroundings. So I think the compliment goes to you guys. I am having a little throat problem today. So I will take the charge to Kamal so that I can just lubricate my lubricate my throat a little bit. Kamal, how are
I'm doing good, fantastic.
you?
I can see that's the after effect of our yesterday's party. Yeah, but it was an amazing evening, I should say, and it was actually regenerating, event for all and all our realtor friends and our business partners. They really enjoyed, and everyone complimented, saying that this was much needed. Everyone wanted a good break, and I would say it as this act as a more kind of an charging event for everyone. Now I can see there's a lot of positive energy coming up. Like a small example is right now, many you can see many of our team members, they are here on our Facebook session, and they are like so excited after yesterday's event. And some of the messages I'm getting from the people who were looking to join hands and yesterday's event, they actually took little time, and probably they should be with us in a week or 10 days. So they were like, oh, we should have joined hand. We wanted to be a part of this wonderful event. But yeah, there are much more which we see, and of course, the event was amazing. It was a benchmark, or I would say a celebration for our 2 billion achievement, which is another milestone achieved by SaveMax family, and we as an entire team wanted to celebrate. And yeah, that's was one of the main attraction for yesterday's eve. Plus, there were a couple of team members who joined our team. They also got a very warm welcome in the event. So it was all fun-filled evening, and I strongly believe in that part, that work hard and party hard. That was one of our small glimpse what we do.
Kamal, it's not. It is. I go a little bit to the next extent. Like when you work hard, you really work hard. But when you party harder than that. No, I think it was a great fun, and I'm pretty sure your whole team and all the franchisee team leaders, franchisee team members, SaveMax team members. It was an amazing, amazing evening. I know, guys. COVID has put up so many restrictions onto us, but I'm happy to see like the things are opening up, and it is getting a little bit better right now as compared to what it was. So it is definitely going to be another I would say amazing there are going to be much more vibrancy out there, and people have started meeting with each other, and there are going to be more events which will be coming on to future. Kamal, there are a couple of more I really love the Darshni Sai's comments here. Darshni saying you are doing a wonderful job. I saw your video on your next project of making 1,000 millionaires. I was very much inspired. I'm a student currently, and I am preparing myself to become one of those 1,000. Darshni, it's first of all, thank you very much for this beautiful, wonderful comments. And this is what I always believe in, guys. Many times I have seen people, Kamal, they come and say, "Oh, I don't need money. I don't need this. I don't need that. Money is a kind of sin and everything." If you just keep saying that again and again, again and again, believe me, you are never ever going to get money in your life. Kamal, it's very important aspect of life. If you, the kind of vibes, the kind of message which you give to the universe, same thing is going to happen. And Kamal, I'm not too sure if you observed me or not. You might have seen that I always keep saying the things which I might have to do after 10 or 15 years. So I start collecting that kind of synergy or that kind of positive energy in my surrounding. Many times we have not even planned those things, and you might have heard from me saying, okay, you know what, Kamal, we will go to Australia, we will go to Europe, we will go to this country, we will start our operations over there. And you like things automatically start taking shape, and it starts becoming a reality. So it is very, very important, guys. Make sure, keep yourself full of energy. There is nothing wrong to have a desire to become rich. Nothing wrong in it. Am I right, Kamal? I
Of
don't know
course.
why people think that becoming rich is a sin. Becoming rich is a kind of like, they are so afraid of it. No, there is nothing wrong in it. Let's work hard. Make sure when you have more money than what you can spend, start helping others. That is the most important aspect of life. So anyway, Darshini, thank you very much for these wonderful comments, and I'm pretty sure the kind of determination you have, you are definitely going to achieve that. And Kamal, I think we should start making a list of those people who have already become millionaire under, I would say, in SaveMax surrounding, like, either they are investors, they are our clients, they are our team members. I'm pretty sure if I start making up that list, there's more than 150 to 200 people who has already become millionaire. Either it is in terms of, like, the way we have created assets for them, the way we have actually guided them for the real estate investments and everything. I am pretty sure the number is going to amaze us. So I think I have to do this exercise very, very soon. um, I can see Sujit Kumar Datta. Sujit is from India. Sujit, thank you very much. I am from oh, it's in Indiana. Is that Indiana or I'm not too sure. Sujit, I'm a little confused here. But if you can, no, he's from India. I think that was the flag there. Sheetal, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure you had some good time, and it was a pleasure seeing your husband as well, and another amazing person. Guys, I was talking about my lovely friend Adarsh Tiwari from Kishner. His phone number is 226-220-1402. So please make sure if you have any kind of real estate need in Kishner Waterloo area, he will be very, very happy to take care of you. We have Padina Abdullah. We have Bina Faruqi. Bina is saying, I'm a newcomer. I moved here last year. Your videos inspired me to go the self employed route, and I took that brave step. There you go. More power to you, Bina. And I am a licensed mortgage owner and love every day of my job. Thank you for being an inspiration. I moved here from Dubai. Bina, I'm so happy to see that you at least made that decision of being, doing something of your own. I think this is very, very important. So, not only that, many times, guys, even if you are working in a kind of job atmosphere, there also, like, there could be wonderful opportunities for you to think and work like an entrepreneur. And Bina is saying, and not to mention, I declined 4 job offers. More power to you, girl. Keep up the good work. I really love it. uh, I have Nikhil. I have never saw a founder coming frequently online in social media and discussing about journey of the company to the world. It only pushes us to focus more towards our goal. Nikhil, I am an open book in my life. I always tell people, guys, if you want to know how I have established this business, how I have done, how I have built up the teams and all that stuff, we have a very strong team of almost 600 people working under Save Max banner. Actually, the number is increasing every single day. So, there has been a lot of experience. There has been a lot of, I would say, learnings in that journey, and it will always be my pleasure wherever I can share my knowledge, my learnings of life, and it can help somebody else to become more successful in their life. I will feel like, the real meaning of my life is to just help people and make sure whatever I can do in my limited capacities and capabilities, I'll keep doing that for sure. Paul City is another amazing individual in our team. He is from our Markham office. Paul, I'm pretty sure you had some good fun time last night. Uh, Kamal, I need to refuel myself with some hot water. Can you please take the charge? You know what? I'm getting so wonderful comments. It's like it's like giving me a lot of energy, so I can't stop myself.
Yeah, yeah. So sure, I can, I mean, especially like I can see starting from Nikhil, he is definitely saying that he never saw a founder coming frequently online in social media and discussing, about the journey of a company to everyone. It push us to focus more towards our goal. So basically, the I see people getting inspired by these discussions. They can relate, I think, their goals, and in all these our live sessions, they can find that uh, it motivates them. Maybe they can also find some objective, and probably they can have their short-term and long-term goals also, defined. I see Akhil, he's also mentioning that after meeting you, I got the right guidance and courage to invest in pre-construction. Got the entrepreneur spirit from you. So yeah, I think he invested after meeting you, and he feel that inspired him or motivated him to make the choice, and he is really happy about that. So yeah, I mean, Ajay is there. Ajay is definitely in touch with us from a long time, and he in fact was my neighbor before, but now he's moved to a different location. So he is also mentioning that the positivity is like which comes from you really help him. So yeah, I mean, I see a lot of positive comments, and the good part is, the positivity when it flows, it actually creates a very wonderful situation, or I would say a platform which I can see right now. That everyone is commenting and they are so positive about it, and that's something I think we look to achieve from these discussions, and I think everything is going in the right direction here.
Yeah. Kamal, thank you very much for adding all those points to the discussion. I actually have a complaint to all our viewers today. I want to make a complaint. I normally am not a complaining person, but today I want to complain to them. I know we talk so much. We talk really, so loud or about our thought process. Everybody wants to do something good in their life. Everybody feels good when we help others or spread positivity. But most of the time, Kamal, I see people lack in action. People lack in spreading the word about it. I could not understand the reason for that. Guys, it's very, very important. Sometimes, let's say, I know people are a little hesitant, people are a little shy, and sometimes they have good qualities in them, but they don't go and share with others. But you can always use the mediums like social media. You can always stay in touch with people, help them out, whatever, in one way or the other you can do it. Even like, at least minimum you can share my videos. If you really like it, if you really get inspired with that, I am pretty sure there will be many more who definitely gonna get some little inspiration and their life can become better, and you're gonna get some credit for that as well. Kamal, I'm very surprised to see, like, I have put some couple of videos over there on YouTube. I was not really like doing anything on YouTube in the past, but one of my team member, he recommended and suggested, to use the YouTube medium as well. I'm really uh, I would say surprised, happily surprised to see the kind of response, to see, like, how many lives we are touching through our YouTube channel. So if you guys have not liked or subscribed or pressed the bell icon, whatever it is, please go and talk to your friends and your family members as well, so that we can get connected to more and more people. Now, Kamal, I have an interesting question here, which is put up by Mr. Nikhil Muralidharan. So Nikhil has a question: why you choose a real estate industry? Any previous experience in India or a family business? Nikhil, uh, sometime I will share the story, the whole story, why and how I entered into the real estate industry. But I'll just give you a crux of it. Including me, majority of the realtors, they are in real estate industry by chance. They are in real estate industry. Their objective was just to make money, and I came into the industry with the same objective. But later on, as I keep getting progress in this industry, as I keep getting success in this industry, I started realizing that there's a lot of need. There's a lot of thought process which needs to be thrown in the industry, because nobody, especially the youngsters, they don't come into this industry as adopting it as a profession for them. I'll talk about doctor, I'll talk about engineer, I'll talk about architect, I'll talk about astronauts, I'll talk about musician, I will talk about a painter. All these people, they have an aspiration to go into that particular profession, not because of the money, because they want to make sure they create some difference out there in the industry, in other people's life. But unfortunately, real estate industry, majority of the realtors, as I said, including me, we came into this industry to make money. Professional satisfaction, professional objectives were not there. Whereas I personally believe this is one of the most beautiful, one of the most amazing, and the top profession in the world. So I am going to start, uh, I would say, a muhim for that, where I will encourage youngsters to choose real estate as their first profession, to choose real estate as their profession. So when you are doing amazing, when you're doing something good in your profession, when you're really doing your profession, like just imagine, like what a doctor wants to do. A doctor wants to become a top doctor. A doctor wants to become a top specialist, either it's a heart specialist or whatever it is. Money is a byproduct for them. Their satisfaction, their professional satisfaction is that they have become an top doctor. So this is what I think needs to be done in the real estate industry as well. I know there are a lot of comments, lot many people, they have their questions and everything. And somebody actually put up a comment there that they need some pages from my book. I think it was Mr. Akshay Narang. Akshay, I am working on writing a book as well, and I'll give you the full book. Why do you need some pages? I'll give you complete book and you can go through that. So Kamal, we have to come on to this topic as well about the pre-construction or not, or is it worth or so. We are going to introduce another amazing personality from our office. She is known for her pre-construction. She is she has really created a brand for herself in the pre-construction industry. This young girl is doing amazing. She is really making a lot of marks in the industry, and she is becoming a symbol, a synonymous for the women empowerment. I think more and more young girls has to take inspiration uh, from this amazing personality, and they should come forward, take charge of the real estate industry, so that we collectively can make a mark, create some difference in the industry. Kamal, would you like to give an introduction to the person who is joining us today?
She's not gonna like it if I'll give you introduction. She is of course really very active, highly professional, I think, and she's the one who, if I can see, is like always on the work. I mean, even if they are on a party, she's like something or the other is going on, and she's wearing so many different hats at the same time. She's like, of course, pre-construction is that's her forte, but she has been helping us a lot, even into many of our events and all the big galas or other things. Like she takes the charge there as well. So she keeps, motivating so many youngsters. And in fact, many of my interns, when they come, I always send them to her saying that, okay, you want some inspiration, go and talk to her, and she can definitely inspire you all. Yeah, but she definitely takes certain videos of everyone dancing around, and they even don't get to know, and then she talk to them separately that I have got your video, so that I have to talk about her. But she is none other than our Lashika Kyal, and she is an amazing person and director of our construction new entity, what we call. And yeah, there is a big list. If I'll give an introduction, it will be like we'll be taking another 15-20 minutes. So Lashika, all yours.
Thank you, Kamal. Well, I didn't even talk about. I was not going to talk about the video, but now you've just publicly announced it that yes, I do have some video recordings of Kamal having fun on the dance floor. But whenever I get a chance, I'll definitely use that.
Okay. Thanks, Lashika.
No,
Yeah.
but
So how the day going? How is your day going, Lashika?
well, after a crazy evening we had with the entire Save Max. It's going well so far. And as you guys know, this is the time, September, October. A lot of builders bring out new projects. There are new launches every day. We just attended one, and now we're all ready to attend our second launch, which is happening at 2 p.m. in Georgetown. So it's been a crazy week. Every day, new projects, new opportunities for investors to come out and invest, whether they're looking for townhouses, condos, semi-detached or detached houses. There's so much going on in the market that sometimes even we feel so overwhelmed that which project, which side. But that's just one side. When I say that yes, there's so many projects, so many builders coming out with products out there. At the same time, there are so many investors, there are so many clients out there as well. And any project we're working on, we see a good lineup. We see that people are filling out their reservation forms and they're waiting for the units. And sometimes they get mad too if they don't get the unit of their choice. And that's why we always say, like, take the advantage when you're actually getting it. Sometimes people just feel it's too good to be true. Let's wait for something better to come. In a week maybe you'll be able to get us something better. But that's not the case every time. So I always say, whenever there's an opportunity, especially in real estate, whenever you can.
I think her call got dropped, Raman.
Kamal, I think we have she lost her connection or maybe some technical glitch. Let's wait
Yeah.
for her to come back. But by the time Kamal Lashika comes back, actually, I want to ask viewers a question because I got some feedback that this, session, like the Saturday session for 1 hour is too long. So if I can get some feedback from the viewers, like, do you think it's a too long of the time period line? We can definitely plan to make it for 30 minutes. But I would love to have some feedback from our viewers. So if you guys can just let me know what you feel about it, then accordingly we can plan it out. Kamal, before we talk about that discussion, like pre-construction, is it worth or not? I have a question from Darshini Sai. What is your favorite book and you would suggest aspiring millionaires like me to read? Darshini, I personally believe the first book which somebody should read if somebody has an aspiration to grow in their life is Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is one of my favorite book. I would not say this is like the only favorite book, but this is one of my favorite book. Trust me, like if somebody understands this, and if you need to read this book, it should be read like 2 or 3 times at least. So Rich Dad Poor Dad is one of the book which I would highly, highly, highly recommend to anybody and everybody, and that is definitely going to give a different perspective to your life, and it will change your thought process for sure. Uh, Kamal, when it comes to pre-construction, is it worth or not? So there are some cons and some pros and some cons for the pre-construction. We have made an amazing video with Lashika where she spoke about the various aspects of the pre-construction. What are the points which needs to be considered, and how you can focus on the location, how the builder things works. Either it is the down payment or it is the assignment close. So That is a very detailed video. So, if somebody wants to know a little bit more about the pre-construction, how the things get worked into that industry, I would highly recommend you guys to go on my YouTube channel, and you can definitely watch that video. Kamal, wherever there was a request from Nikhil, I have a question why you chosen real estate industry. So, Nikhil, I was just giving you another answer to that, but I know it was not a specific answer to your question. um, uh, I don't have any previous experience in India working in the real estate industry, but my dad used to work in India, as a realtor or जैसे वहाँ पे एक मतलब routine में it happens over there in India. So it was not like a kind of very high, I would say high end professional approach over there for us over back home in India. But how I entered into the real estate industry, that was an interesting story. Uh, I actually sold my first house after 5 months. I bought that house and sold it after 5 months, and I made good amount of money. That gave me an idea that this is the industry where I should go and I should approach to. I should be a real in the real estate industry. But there's a very interesting story behind it, which I will definitely make a video this week and will put it on my YouTube channel. Believe me, that will tell you about my Haryanvi mindset. That will tell you what I was thinking at that time and how I made the decision to sell that property after 5 months. It is a very interesting story, and I'm definitely going to share it with you. Uh, Nikhil is saying, I think if the content is great, time limit 1 hour is not a problem. Absolutely, Nikhil, I do agree with you. It all depends upon, like, the kind of content which we present. So thank you very much for your suggestion and advice. And we already have Lashika back. So Lashika, tell me about this. Uh, I know we have made a video together on pre-construction. So let's first talk about what are the advantages of doing the pre-construct or investing in the pre-construction, and then we will talk about some of the disadvantages of the pre-construction as well. So let me first hear from you, what do you think are the advantages of the pre-construction?
As you rightly said, Raman, I was going to say that there's a very good video on YouTube. One of your podcasts, one of it is about pre-construction. I request all the listeners, all the viewers, to actually go check out that video on Raman's channel, where we're talking about some important factors that, as an investor, you all should be careful about, that you all should know where to invest, when to invest, and what are some of the clauses that you really want to pay attention to when you're buying something in pre-construction. And now, if we talk about some very quick advantages that you have with pre-construction, I would say the first major advantage that I think is having no expense. So when I'm booking something in pre-construction, let's say I want to buy a townhouse, I book it today. I don't have to worry about the mortgage payment right away, or getting the mortgage, doing the closing right away. I don't have to worry about the closing costs. I don't have to worry about the property taxes, no maintenance fee, no hassle of finding the tenant right away. With all this, with having none of this on my plate, I'm still experiencing the appreciation that is happening on my property. So I booked a townhouse. I didn't take care of any of the expenses. I don't have them on my plate, but my property is appreciating with price every single day. So that's the major advantage that we get when we're booking something in pre-construction, whether it's a townhouse or whether it's a condo. You get a longer time period to put that down payment. For example, if you don't want to just do one investment, you want to do multiple, and you want to book different, maybe one condo here, one townhouse there, you can easily do that as long as we have the 10% or the 15% down payment available, which again, we need in intervals. We don't need them right away. You get almost 1.5 year to 2 year timeline to pay that deposit. And with that, it gives you an access to multiple investment and to create your investment portfolio. So Raman, as per me, I think this is the major advantage. 3-4 year timeline, no expense in my plate when I begin to invest, but appreciation, making money is already there, because what I'm booking today, I'm booking at today's value, but by the time I'm going to get it in 4 years, it'll already be a very different price at that time.
That's right, Lashika. So I think it is more about taking a leverage of the money and taking a leverage of the time. So as Lashika mentioned, like some of the advantages of the pre-construction. Of course, like here you are putting the down payments in the small installments, right? So that really is a very I would say like one of the biggest advantage what you have. And the second thing is like in pre-construction you don't need to be worried about the tenant today. You don't need to be worried about vacancy rate today. So your possession is going to be either 2 or 3 or 4 years after. So by that time, you can be like you can be a little bit relaxed onto that, and of course you don't need the mortgage payment to go right away as well. So it really gives you a lot of I would say soothing effect, or when it is a pre-construction. Of course you are getting a brand new property, so there's no maintenance onto that. You don't have to have a handyman to fix either faucet or some leakage every single day. Um, and on top of it, the biggest advantage what I personally believe with the pre-construction is the leverage of the time,
Yeah.
that you are putting 5% down payment today in majority of the cases, whereas your property is started growing on the full value,
Full value, yes. And all,
right?
not just for local people living here or Indians. Pre-construction opens door for international buyers, international investors as well. So that
Mhm.
wherever you are, you can anytime invest in pre-construction here in Canada. Maybe you have some plans to come here in future, or maybe your kids are planning to come and study in big universities we have in Canada. It's great place to live in, and I know from every country there are a lot many immigrants, lot many students coming on student visa. So to all those parents, you can very well invest ahead of time. If your kids are coming in 2 3 years, you can book something very close to the university, very close to the colleges here, so that once your kids are here they don't have to go rent out different properties. And with that, you've already made such a good investment for them that they can make really good money out of it as well.
Yeah, Lashika. Now, I think it'll be very, very important to understand the disadvantages of going in the pre-construction. So, um, advantages everybody can understand, but we have to tell our viewers the other side of the story as well. What are the disadvantages as per your understanding, Lashika?
I think even if I try and think hard, no, I'm joking. Okay, so the only challenge that sometimes I feel that people restrict of getting, they want right away. They want to have a property right away. They want to rent it out right away so that they have some quick turnover. So, but again, I don't see it as a challenge. If somebody has all the funds available, if you have 20% down payment available today, you can get something. You can get a property in resale. But on side, if you want to take advantage of the time and you want to invest slowly, you just don't want to invest in one property so that all your 20% is gone in one property. You want to spread that into different investments, then we go towards the pre-construction side. So I don't think it's a disadvantage, but it's preference of people, that some people want a quick turnover, so they're okay with the mortgage, they get their closing done, so they invest right away in resale over pre-construction.
Lashika, I think I'll highlight few of the points
Yeah.
which people have to be thoughtful. First of all, you are not actually looking at the property. You're not physically looking at the property. You're buying the papers only,
Yeah.
right? That is a big disadvantage. Or I should say, like, you have to be very, very thoughtful. You need to make sure that you should know how to look the property on the papers.
But what would you say about the model house then? When every builder creates a beautiful model home there, a model house, they create a replica of the building, which they spend, I don't know, like a hefty amount. So they show you the tower, they show you how where exactly your unit is going to be, plus a model suite of that exact unit. Doesn't that give you fair idea about where you're investing?
No,
Okay.
Lashika, see, first of all, try to understand the model home. A builder is putting a model home. He is selling that model home, just putting up one home and he's selling the whole building.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to generate a revenue of like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You can very well understand he will do the best job there.
Yeah.
That is a sample which he wants to show to the people.
Yes.
He's going to create the best sample.
Absolutely.
But do you think all of the suites he's going to create the same? Maybe
Yes.
not.
Mhm.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Because there it's all upgrades, all like staging has been done and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's very practical.
Very
And
much.
trust me, I have seen it happening in a lot many cases,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this is what we need to be very thoughtful when we are making a decision about pre-construction. We need to make sure that we do our own proper due diligence about the builder. We need to make sure that we check the quality of the product of the builder. When I say we check, you definitely need to ask that question from your realtor. Check about his previous projects. Did he completed those projects on time? Right? So this is one of a challenge which I personally see of the pre-construction side. Now, the second challenge what I see is that if I buy a property today and the closing is going to happen after 4 years, my money, either it is 5% or 10%, is bound there. I cannot take that money out until and unless I exercise my right of assignment, right? There might be a situation where I need some money after, let's say, 6 months or 1 year. If I buy something in resale, I have a liberty to sell that property anytime. But here, I am bound under the contract, and I have to wait for 3 or 4, whatever the timing is. I have to wait for that particular time. Uh, Again, like I understand, Lashika, these are not the advantages or disadvantages or not the negative points, but I think it's my job to make sure to tell people to educate them on these points so that they can make an informed decision. That
Absolutely.
is the most important thing. My job is not to sell the product here just by telling them the advantage. No, no. I have to open up the book. I have to share my knowledge with them so that it makes them easy. It makes them comfortable when they want to buy or sell any property. Now, the another big disadvantage is you're not getting the rent in your pocket today. You have to wait for 3 to 4 years. So there's no cash flow which is being built up for you, right? There's always a fear of the what if the project doesn't complete. Some of the incidences happened where builders they cancel that project by keeping that deposit for 3 to 4 years, right? So all these points needs to be looked into, all these points needs to be considered before somebody makes a decision. Yes, the number of the cancelled project might be only not even half percent. I would say only 0.01%, but still there's a chance,
Yeah.
right? So that is another disadvantage. Whereas if you're buying something in resale, you're like doing the closing in 60, 90 days or 120 days, whatever you do, right? Because I wanted to focus more on the disadvantages side today, because every time we keep talking about what is the advantage of the pre-construction, and you have already talked in your show on the YouTube on that day, which we have already posted over there. So we need to educate people to give them an understanding of these pointers as well.
Yes, and just like we talked in our show, Raman, we talked about some clauses. As an investor, I say that that you pay a close attention to those clauses so you can actually save yourself from these disadvantages. If you want to build your investment portfolio, you want to have your hands on multiple properties, then, for example, that you said, what kind of a unit are you going to get at the end of the day? Because right now you're just looking at the paper. Make sure you're checking all the list of upgrades, what is included in the basic package versus what the builder wants you to pay if he wants to give you a unit what you're looking at. The other thing is, as you rightly said, check the builder you're working with. It's very important that you know which builder you're investing in, what is their history, what kind of buildings they've built in the past. And I always tell my clients that let's go visit the building that they've actually built in the past. It'll actually give you a feel of what kind of quality that builder works with. There are so many builders out there, so you don't necessarily have to go with the one everyone's talking about. Sometimes we just, just like there's a trend in Bollywood, everybody follows that. We like to follow just after one project that everyone's talking about. But I always say it's important that you know who you are working with, who are you giving your money to. Even though it's going in a lawyer's trust account, you should know who's the builder who's taking your money and how he's going to deliver that product. So you have to do your own due diligence, no matter what the market is saying, what everyone else is selling. At the end of the day, it's your money, so you have to keep a close check that where you're investing that money. We can definitely help you, but at the end of the day, I think as an investor, you should definitely understand the agreement that you're signing, go through those clauses very carefully.
Yeah. So, Lashika, I have a question here from Mr. Manish Teji. Any suggestion for Sentinel close to Wasaga Beach future? Do you
Okay.
have any? Yeah, do you have any insight onto that?
Yes, so I would say that, see, the areas like Wasaga Beach, or even if we go towards Niagara, Welland, these cities are slowly coming up. There are a lot of builders that are going towards that side and using that land and trying to develop condos and then townhouses, semi-detached properties there. I would say if we give it a few more years, we will see some good appreciation there as well. Of course, not as aggressive as the GTA's market, not as aggressive as Toronto, Mississauga one, but I always say that these markets, these outskirts, these smaller cities depend on the market of GTA. The more aggressive these markets perform, a little bit hit these smaller markets gets as well. So if you're a patient investor, I would say if you want to play a long term game, that you want to invest lower amount right now, but you're okay waiting for longer years for your investment to grow, then you can definitely go towards these markets. If you want more quicker returns, faster money, then I would say GTA's market, the aggression that GTA market carry is something that you should be looking at.
Thank you, Lashika, for the insight, little bit insight about that. Lashika, I would request all the viewers, like, if they have any other questions related to this pre-construction thing. Otherwise, I would love to, have Kamal over here, because Kamal is gonna share some updates about our future plans, like what exactly we are doing. Kamal, you have a very successful trip to Ottawa recently. Tell me a little bit more about that trip, and tell me what's your travel itinerary is like.
Um, yeah, the trip was amazing because I could meet almost 7 to 8 people, entrepreneurs, who were looking to join hand with us. Like, in fact, one of the entrepreneur, she drove from Montreal, and that was her motivation level that she wanted to, start business with us. So very soon we will have one of our location. I mean, there are two locations coming up in Ottawa. So first one, I don't know which one that would be. Either it's going to be Nepean or it's going to be downtown Toronto. Oh, sorry, downtown Ottawa, because that those two, I would say, entrepreneurs are very keen. We had very good discussion, and they want to go ahead. So I think we will have our presence in Ottawa very soon. And in fact, I'm traveling to Manitoba tomorrow, and being in Winnipeg on Monday and Tuesday, I'm meeting some of again, friends there, like who are into business. Like, they came through our Facebook activity, and they showed their interest to know more about our both the business model, the traditional and the FOCO model. And now I am meeting them either on. So very soon we will have our first location in Manitoba as well, and that should be in Winnipeg.
Perfect. That's great, Kamal. Thank you for giving us the update about that. Rashika, we have a question from Sayed Mustafa. Can you sell before closing? So, Mustafa, yes, we can sell pre-construction unit before closing if there is an assignment clause available into that. Now, that assignment clause, again, we have to be very thoughtful, because that's a very tricky thing many times. That builder put some conditions to that assignment clause, That condition could be like until unless we don't sell the 90% of the building, or that condition could be like, this specific unit, there should not be any inventory with the builder. So their idea is so that you're not competing with builder to sell it on assignment. There could be some assignment fees involved into that, so you have to be a little bit thoughtful about that too. Majority of the builders, they offer assignment free of cost. When it says like free of cost, they just put a little a small amount of legal charges, either could be $1,000 or $1,500. But many times I have seen builders charging like in normal cases like $5,000 to $10,000 as an assignment fees. But in some of the unique cases, like where it was a low rise, I have seen builder charging like 25,000 to $35,000 as well for the assignment fees as well. So you have to be a little thoughtful and careful. Make sure you read the agreement properly, you read the clause properly, and you take a legal advice or you talk to your realtors before you sign the agreement, just to ensure that there is an assignment clause there, and how it is going to be exercised. That is also very, very important. So I'm pretty sure you might have got the answer to your question. So, uh, Kamal, Lashika, I think we had a great discussion today about this pre-construction. Is it worth or not? And I'm pretty sure it is not only on the advantages side. We spoke about the disadvantages, or I would say pros and cons of the pre-construction industry. Uh, in spite of all those odds, guys, I would strongly recommend you, whenever you are planning to do something in the pre-construction, please make sure take a proper guidance, take a proper advice. Right? It is not that you just have to make your decision today. Don't just get into the rush, because it's a hard-earned money for everybody, and I want to make sure that your money is well protected, and you are getting the best value on your money. So we call it in the real estate industry like best bang for the buck, right? So that is very, very important, guys. If there's any other question, I will be very, very happy to answer that question for you guys. I'm pretty sure I have covered majority of them, but if I have missed anything, I would love to see that. uh, Kamal, this Winnipeg. So I would request all the viewers who are connected with us. Kamal is traveling to Winnipeg, I think tomorrow, and he will be there for a couple of days. If any of your friend or family member, they are interested or they want to take advantage of his presence over there and want to know more about the SaveMax system, it doesn't matter either they are in the real estate industry or not. It doesn't matter, like if they are any, I would say, uh, carry a real estate license or uh, are affiliated to any brokerage or no. But even if they are affiliated to any brokerage as a realtor, Kamal would love to meet them, because that meeting can give a new direction to their life, right? And it can definitely help them to become part of the list of 1,000 millionaire, which we are planning to do very soon. And it can be a great deal for their career in future. Darshini is asking, is there any prerequisite to become a realtor? Kamal, would you like to touch upon that point?
Yeah, so definitely like a couple of things for a realtor. If like a person is in Canada, like that's first thing they look for. If you are either on open work permit or you are an PR or citizen, definitely that's something which is required. But I would still suggest, to go on Humber website, which is on like everything online right now. So anyone can browse Humber College real estate information. Probably that is where they can get all the information, because they have a big list. And I really don't know which part of the country Darshini is in. If she is in Canada, then definitely it will be easy for her to, connect the dots or, look for the information. But if she is in back home India, then definitely the first thing will be to apply for either be a PR or be on the open work permit and or on the, work visa. That's something is minimum, and then again they check the eligibility of the documents, you know. So there is a little lengthy process. Definitely 18 plus is the age they look for. So these are the basic things, and plus they also share the fee details. So everything is online. You know, if anyone wants more information, it can be seen on Humber College website.
Sorry, Kamal, I've got a very intelligent question from Inderdeep Singh, and I would like to answer that question. Why don't the regulatory authorities put check on the arbitrary ways the builders charge money once the deal is done, like regarding the assignment, size, or price? Inderdeep, your question is not very clear to me, uh, but I think the price and everything is very well determined. Of course, there are some clauses over there where builder has a little bit liberty because there are so many, I would say, factors involved when the construction actually happens. And I know I have seen some cases where there were little like kind of mall practices which were done by the builders as well. Uh, Now, I'm pretty sure, like, I can tell you as far as my understanding is concerned, I think there are enough checks on the builders for these things, but there's always some gray areas where these builders or like these people who really take advantage of the situation over there because they understand like client is not that knowledgeable as they are, and they try to take the advantage of that particular situation. But I think like there are enough kind of checkpoints over there, and the regulatory authorities, they are really doing a great job. And I think we are much better than any other country in the world as far as the pre-construction norms are concerned. I'm pretty sure you might have heard a lot of incidences happening in India where builder actually ran away with the money, and they even lost the deposit. So I think we are still sitting in much better situation. Indradeep is further commenting on to that he has seen what you call it, the builder fleecing innocent clients, and of course, yes, Inder, I do agree with you, but I think there's always a way to go to court, and then the court can make a decision onto that. So, but if there's any particular incidents where these things happen, those kind of builders, they lose their reputation very fast and they get out of the business very fast. So it is all about like having a logical business sense.
And I would
And
like something
yeah,
to I know there used to be some cases where sometimes clients feel that they were not told what they're paying, and there were hefty amounts that were added on later. But now, in all these years when we worked with the builders, if you go through your agreement correctly, I know it's a big document. These are a lot of pages. But as an investor, as a client who's buying, if you do your due diligence, if you're working with a good lawyer and you've gotten your agreement by a lawyer, there will be nothing hidden for you. Any cost that might come across you in the future is actually listed in the agreement. And once you buy anything with the builder, you get full 10 days. Those 10 days are not to go around and look at 10 different projects. Did I invest at the right place? Those 10 days are actually for you to understand the purchase that you have already made, understand the agreement that you have signed. Even the development charges, the levies, the utilities, if you look at, there is a cap rate on all of them. So if you're not happy with the cap rate, you ask your lawyer to write to the builder's lawyer and negotiate there. So they from their side try to be as transparent as possible. I'm not saying that yes, every single builder is like that. There could be some cases where some people faced a difficult situation as well. But now, because of these authorities, they have made it very, I would say, open and transparent, that the clients are not facing the situation. But all we need to do is read that agreement thoroughly, understand the clauses, and use your lawyers, use your accountants' help to understand what kind of expenses you might come across in the future because of what is written in your agreement.
that's right. Uh, Also, guys, I think we are already running on the time now. Bina mentioned she when she did her landing, it was through WWISS. It's amazing how universe connect all of us together. Yes, Bina, I have done my first, I would say, office job with WWISS, and I worked over there almost almost 1.5 year or a little over than that, and then I started my real estate career. So I'm happy to see that you have got some connect uh, through WWICS. So great job, thank you very much. Inderdeep says. There is no enforcing agency. We as realtors just yield and help the builders make the hay. Indradeep, I think I'm running short of the time today, but I will definitely have more discussion with you onto this point because you are putting so many valuable suggestions and so many good points out there. I will definitely get back to you onto this. So, guys, thank you very much for joining for today's shows, and thank you very much, Lashika, for giving a good insight about pre-construction. Thank you, Kamal, for sharing some details about our event yesterday and your future plans for the travel too. Guys, if you want to stay connected with us, use our social media. Either you can go and subscribe, press the bell icon onto my YouTube channel. I so many times forget about these things because I'm not so used to that, and the team keeps pushing me. That guy, like Raman, you have to tell people so that we can spread your message to more and more people out there. And I know like they are doing a great job. They're putting a lot of efforts to make sure that we stay connected and can do uh, more and more help to many other new immigrants, many other individuals who came to this country. uh, so thank you very much for all the wonderful comments. Thank you very much for the participation and being such a good support. We will see you next week, same time at sharp at 12 o'clock. Until then, stay safe and have a fantastic, fantastic week ahead, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Enjoy your Sunday and Saturday both. Thanks, Lashika. Thanks,